What is up, everybody? Welcome to Trades, where we give technical analysis on different stocks in the stock market, as well as potential buy, hold, or sell opinions on these given stocks. I'd like to preface by saying that I am not a financial advisor nor expert. I am just some random dude on YouTube, so take what I say with a grain of salt. The reason that I started this channel is because a couple years back, I was about $30,000 deep in some pretty bad medical debt, and I was very fortunate to have some close family, friends, and mentors that pushed me to work hard and invest my money in the market, and I am happy to say that I am now a financially free guy. So if I can pass along any of the information, resources, or tools that were given to me and change your lives even if a little bit for the better, that's all a guy can ask for. Lastly, if you would not mind dropping a like on the video, it really does help support the channel, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this, as I do post videos every day, multiple times a day. With that being said, today we're going to be looking at ticker symbol IDEX, Ideanomics Incorporated, and we're going to be establishing new levels of resistance and support in the 1 day, 1 minute chart, as well as the 6 month chart here. We're going to talk about the current bullish and bearish trends, the volume weighted moving average, the relative strength index, and let's start off by giving you a fundamental of what Ideanomics is as a company if you are new to the channel. So, Ideanomics is a global company focused on facilitating the adoption of commercial electric vehicles and developing next-generation financial services and fintech product. The firm operates through the Mobile Energy Global and Ideanomics Capital business units. Its electric vehicle division provides group purchasing discounts on commercial electric vehicles, EV batteries, and electricity, as well as financing and charging solutions. Now, IDEX has a following of about 70,000 people on StockTwits. It does have quite a bit of interest, although lately the message volume is down, the sentiment is down. But the price action on IDEX is very interesting. You know, historically speaking, the stock has a reputation of being a pump and dump stock. You know, if we look at the last year on this, you can see that more than once this has seen a pretty huge pump followed by a long period of decline, and it happens over and over and over again. And people probably are thinking to themselves, why would I ever invest in this company for anything other than a quick swing or day trade? And while I agree that this is a speculative play, I do see this as a potential grower over the next year, 2 or 3 years, especially before NEO Day. Now, NEO Day is on January 9th, and I do anticipate that most EV stocks are going to see a little bit of a run-up. If that does go well, that will act as a positive catalyst for all EV stocks, and Ideanomics is included in that list. So I do think that we see short-term potential if you are a day or swing trader for some growth there. And personally, this is my one speculative play that I am just going to let some money sit in and let it sit there and forget about it unless we see a dip, in which case I'll add to my position. But this is one of those stocks where I see, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if a year, 2, 3 years from now, this thing has 400 or 500% margin of growth, just because it really is flying under the radar, and they do have potential. They've been doing some great things recently. I do have previous videos that discuss this more in detail. The playlist is available on my channel if you'd like to check it out. But let's just establish the immediate levels of resistance and support. So we do have immediate resistance here sitting at about $1.70, we'll say, a little bit lower, $1.68. And this was a previous level of resistance, and now it's acting as a level of support. So we do have this as a fallback if necessary, but at the moment, we do have a very solid support line holding us up right here at about $1.92, and we have bounced off of this a couple different times. We have 1, 2, 3 different contact points, previous level of resistance, which is just further validating the fact that this is a very solid level that is holding the stock up. And we do have an immediate resistance level sitting right around $2.32. And if we look at the daily charts here, you know, the first barrier that we're gonna have to cross if we want to reach that is about $2.15. We saw a pretty harsh sell-off at the market open. We dipped a little bit below resistance at $1.90, and we came back up with a pretty solid rally at $2.15. Finished off the day right around where we were at the pre-market, $2.05. I believe we are up a little bit on the day, 3.5%. So this is a bullish day. And if you look here, you can see that we are beginning to poke above the volume-weighted moving average. Now, the volume-weighted moving average is a little bit different than the volume moving average. You can see here, if the VMA was what we were using, we would actually be still a little bit bearish. However, this takes into consideration the overall volume that we see on a stock, and it weighs the trend line a little bit differently, because as you can see here, we are seeing more volume than we have in the past, and I think that there are buyers that are beginning to be a little more interested in this stock than they were previously. So I do see that as a not a warning sign, but a potential thing to watch, an attribute of the trading action to watch, as this is increasing, right? So with increased volume is going to come increased volatility. I do see that as a potential to shoot the price back up, and if we can cross over this 232 level, the next couple of resistance lines that we're going to be looking at are going to be right around here at 278. And then immediately after that, we've got one sitting right around 316. And then obviously the overarching high of 473. And it was not very long ago that we touched, right here at about 260. So if you want to argue 260 is the first level of resistance, you could do so. That is closer. So we will leave it as that at 260. So we are going to be looking at these as the next levels to watch. Now, this stock is trading somewhere in the middle of overbought and oversold as of recently. So kind of neutral price action there. If you look back on the last month, we are about where we started. We are down a little bit. So the overall last month of trading has been bearish. Keep that in mind with your investing decisions. But overall, the last 2 months, we are on an upward trend. So if we draw a trend line right here, finish it off right here, we are actually above the predicted growth that you would see on an upward trend like this. So we are moving. It is a little bit slower, but all I think this company is going to need to see some pretty major growth is a little bit of catalyst, a positive financial result, and I would not be surprised if this shoots up, because since this has a history of pump and dump, and a lot of new investors tend to gravitate towards IDEX, I think once it starts to see some growth, the hype, the FOMO, the momentum is going to carry this thing to some crazy highs. And I would not be surprised at all if we completely shatter the $5 price target that has been set by some analysts. I mean, we've already touched 473 in the past, and I don't think it would take much more to move past that than some positive financial results or some great public relations or just a news statement, any sort of thing that is giving some positive growth out of this stock. It is going to jump up. I would not be surprised in the least bit. Man, I've had too much coffee today, guys. I've had 4 cups. My mind's all over the place. You'll have to excuse me. So if you're going to day or swing trade this, I do think it's a pretty solid stock to day or swing trade. It is pretty low in cost, usually gravitating between $1.92 and $2.15 as of late. So you can make a pretty solid margin of growth on this. Let's say today, for instance, that you were able to get in the stock at the low when we had the pretty harsh sell-off limit order at market open at $1.90, and you sold out at the high of $2.15. You would have had a pretty solid margin of growth. That's a good way to play it. And just looking at, if we pull up like a 5-day chart, you do see opportunities like that present themselves pretty well. There's a lot of opportunity to either short this stock or long this stock, and all you need to do is pay attention to the overall price action and the trend on the stock. So if you're seeing a pretty harsh sell-off, you can ride the wave down to a level of support that we've indicated and exit the trade there. I would just make sure that you're really paying attention to the levels of support and resistance on the stock. And we have, resistance at 215, another level of resistance right here at 207 on the daily charts, the 1 minute, 1 day charts. So if you are looking to long the stock, look for an entry around $1.90. If we don't come down there, you see $1.98, you could get out at $2, 207, 215. Just watch to see the price action. See if we see some price rejection, a little bit of a bounce off of these levels. If we push through, you're looking at $2.15 as a potential to exit the trade. If we push through 215, however, keep riding it, obviously. And the flip side, you can do the exact opposite. So like here today, we saw $2.15. We touched through there. You see the price rejection pretty much immediately. We see a large candlestick. You could get in here, short the stock, and ride it down to this level of support as you see here. And you make a pretty quick profit. You'd be done for the day within just a couple minutes, 10-15 minutes. So that is a way that you can play the stock as a day or swing trade if you are interested. I do have a position in the stock. It is in Ameritrade. Let me just come to my home screen quick. I do have $2,000 in this stock. I am currently up $30. Let's see if it'll let me see here. My dollar cost average is $2.02. I have $2,000 put into the stock, maybe just a hair less. So, 975 shares. That is where I'm currently sitting with the stock. So I do have a position. This isn't something that I'm just pumping up to you guys. I do believe that, as speculative as it is, it does have potential to grow. And this is one of those trades that I'm going to set it and forget it with. So that is my video on IDEX today. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you'd just like to give me some feedback, please leave it in the comment section down below. I do try to read through all of them. It's getting a little bit tougher these days, I'm not going to lie, but I will do my best to get through all of them. Please consider liking the video. It really does help support the channel, and subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. And lastly, I do have an affiliate link for TubeBuddy in the description box down below. TubeBuddy is an SEO optimization website that I personally pay a $9 per month subscription fee for, and it is largely what I attribute growing from 0 to 1,000 subscribers in 17 days to. So if you are a content creator or are interested in becoming one, it is a great resource to use. It helps you optimize your tags, your thumbnail, your title. It helps you rank well in the video so that it gets into the eyes of the audience that you are trying to get it to. So if you use the link in my description box, I do receive a commission. It is a great way to support the channel. And if you're not interested, I'm just glad to have you here as part of the community and part of the crew. So that is what I have for the video today. Thank you for watching, my friends, and I will see you all next time. Peace.